Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. Now, Keir Starmer has seen the light, had his road to Damascus conversion, and has decided that finally, after all these years, immigrants are bad. And so he's put out his white paper. Ironic, isn't it? White paper. Couldn't make that one up. But the reviews that he's received from people in the know, I mean, we're talking experts here, people who've been around the scene long enough, and they've looked at this, and they've all sort of gone, let's just say it's not been enthusiastically received. Far from it. In fact, it's been mocked and ridiculed and been shown to be complete and utter brown arse water, to put it bluntly. And we've got a few of the people here who've done their, should we say, they've left their Amazon reviews. 1 star, wouldn't buy again, you know, that kind of thing. And many people are saying that it's kind of light on solutions. It's not really up to what's needed. So we have these people. We have the Adam Smith Institute. And I've got them here. I've got these things. They're brilliant. We've got the Adam Smith Institute saying the policies intimated in the paper are, that's very complicated to read there. Sorry, it's these glasses. I'm reading at a strange angle. Are overall, they say, too weak and too slow to come into force. The entire system needs a radical overhaul with encouragement to invest in automation for core sectors and policy dealing with the complex causes of unemployment in the UK. So basically they're saying immigrants cause unemployment, you know, and if you're going to attack it, go from that point of view. The Institute of Public Policy Research, which is another one of those Marxist think tanks, they're absolute rubbish. They praise the deal, but faint praise. It is a big shake-up of the immigration system, but at the same time, extending the standard route to settlement to 10 years risks making it harder for people to contribute and settle into their communities while doing very little to bring down numbers. In other words, it's taking so long to sort people out that the numbers will grow for 10 years until you get to the point where you can throw them out. This is probably by design, you know. The Centre for Policy Studies said the paper had the right rhetoric, but it was light on solutions. He said the measures proposed fail some way short of what's actually required to get migration down. I don't know whether he used the word migration, it's immigration is the word, isn't it? Down to the kind of levels which the public would be happy with. Well, the public would be happy with a very round number of, well, the roundest number really, isn't it? The think tank also notes there's no decisive action on deporting foreign criminals. Again, he doesn't want to deport foreign criminals. They're a bonus for the Labour Party. Makes life a bit shittier and horribler. And so it's a good thing. They like misery, don't they? Migration Watch, it says, quite a slamming version actually, admission of failure with no plan to fix the crisis. They say there's a few crumbs of comfort, but not much on how a significant reduction is going to be achieved. British Future, which is another lefty think tank, says the public is certainly not crying out for fewer migrant care home workers. 7 in 10 do not want reductions. Well, that's bollocks. Of course, it's left-wing, isn't it? Some of the measures could damage rather than encourage integration. The problem is, they seem to think that we want the immigrants to integrate. That's not what the problem is. Really isn't what the problem is. They're looking at this from the wrong way round, aren't they? Cart before the horse and all that. Policy Exchange, that says the announced tightening in immigration rules today in some areas, which you mean yesterday, of course, in some areas is to be welcomed, but, he says, or they say, in many cases, including the salary threshold, restrictions on the graduate work visa and curtailing applications for care homes outside of the UK, the actual changes are due to take place sometime in the next year. A full timeline, of course, when these measures would actually take place is, of course, unknown because they haven't got a chance in hell of doing anything. It's just announcement, vapour. It's not real. None of this is real. None of what they're proposing will ever happen. It's bullshit. It's rolling the turd in glitter on the hope that the lefties think, oh, what a glittery turd. That's nice. not realising, of course, that beneath the glitter it's still a stinking turd. I'm on about the policy, not the Prime Minister. Of course, while all this is going on, they've clipped the 12,000 target, and there's more coming today. It's a nice day, so there'll be more coming today. It'll be 13,000, 14,000 even by the end of the week. This government doesn't know where they're going, doesn't know who they are, doesn't know what crimes they have committed, doesn't know what crimes they are yet to commit, doesn't know anything. It's got no control. And of course, it's becoming what Starmer is calling an island of strangers. And we're going to have to hold him to that, his words. But I've got a video on that coming later with Cooper. Yvette Cooper was talking about that. She got terribly confused. Bit of a car crash, as is her career. So, yeah, you've got what everyone who knows what they're talking about is saying is the right sounds, but no depth to it, no content, no ability. They're not addressing all the issues, or they're addressing in some cases there the wrong issue. Integration is not the problem with all new immigrants. It's numbers. It's too many, too fast. We cannot handle it. We don't have the resources. We don't have the schools, the homes. And as I've said in previous videos, we're actually getting to the point now where the supply of water is becoming problematic. And yet the left want the borders opened and untold millions and millions to come here. We can't take the entire world. You know, the entire world cannot come here. We have to have a number and say, right, that's it. And in fact, what we need is an X number, and above which not only do we start saying no more coming in, but we have to say, right, we've gone above that. We have to start throwing some out, because that's the limit on what our country can support. You've only got so much way of resources. The trouble is, the left don't see this, and they think that they can continue to bring them in. Well, when there's standing room only, and nobody can work, and you can't keep taxing people because nobody will have a job, who's going to pay for this? What's going to happen to society? It will fall apart. It will be the Wild West. It will be literally back to nature, tooth and claw. It will be, survival of the fittest. But that's the Labour plan, of course. Stop it. We must stop this party from carrying on. He's just opened the doors to another, 130 million Europeans. Joy. Let me know what you think. Thanks a lot. Bye.